everyone. Welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name's Deshaun. Today, I am here to give you my review of a game that's already been reviewed. It came out a couple weeks ago. Now, it's been out for a bit now. It's been reviewed, but I haven't given my opinion on it yet. Assassinins Creed Valhalla. Now, I don't do a lot of video gamers review on this channel because I just don't play enough new games to review them quick enough. You know what I mean? I don't play enough new games to review them. And when I do, I always do. Whenever I play a new game, I get something, I review it. The Red Dead Redemption, Outer Worlds, I review it. But usually I don't get new games. I will be getting Cyberpunk the day it comes out, so you will hear my opinion on that. So you will hear my opinion on Cyberpunk like within at least a couple weeks. And I like to take my time and play through the game because I could try to speed through the game to try to give you an opinion, but I didn't want to give you an opinion on this game until I explored enough of the game, found everything, done enough things that I'm like, okay, I have a good opinion about this game and how I feel about it. Now, this Assassin's Creed Valhalla is really a sequel to Odyssey. And the way that I mean that is Odyssey changed everything for the Assassin's Creed video game franchise, because for a long time Assassin's Creed was really about the stealth aspect. It was about from the first three games it was a stealth aspect, which I guess you could probably say maybe Black Flags changed that, because Black Flags was the first time they decided to go outside of just the whole stealth aspect of it and decided to go, okay, we're gonna have an aesthetic, a completely different aesthetic that's not about assassinating, and it's a pirates. And a lot of people say Black Flags is more of a pirate game than an Assassin's Creed game. I say sorta, kinda, I say the assassin part kind of took a back seat to the pirate stuff, but honestly, the change helped. Honestly, it's done wonders for the Assassin's Creed franchise, especially because I loved Odyssey. I was late to the game with Odyssey. I didn't play it at first because I haven't played it because up till Odyssey, I hadn't played an Assassin's Creed since Black Flag, because I was just like, I don't care. Assassin's Creed Syndicate was on the Game Pass for free, and I played a little bit of it, and I found it kind of boring. And at that point, I was just like, I don't really care about the Assassin's Creed franchise. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just saying what I thought. I was just like, I don't think I care about. Sorry, something fell. I don't think I care about the Assassin's Creed franchise. And then I can't remember who. I can't remember if it's a co-worker I worked with or my neighbor Cody, who I talk about sometimes, but one of them mentioned the game to me. I know I borrowed it from my neighbor to play it, and I remember just being like, this thing feels totally different. Like when I was playing Odyssey, it felt so different. And I love Witcher 3. It felt like The Witcher. Like the vibe that it put off, the way the world works, the way you interact with the people, how many people you interact with, the combat system, the upgrade system, all the different abilities that you have, all the different things that you can do, and like the way you can explore the world. It felt like Witcher. And I remember being like, this is a totally different thing. Like, if I had played Assassin's Creed 2 with Ezio, I think it was Ezio in Assassin's Creed 2. If I had played Assassin's Creed 2 and then played this, Odyssey, it would have been like two different worlds entirely. Which, I only bring this up just to set up why I think that Valhalla is pretty much a sequel to Odyssey and not a new Assassin's Creed, because it takes that same concept. It's just like Odyssey in the sense that it has that Witcher vibe. It's the way the world works, the openness of it, the different abilities you unlock, the different people you can just talk to, all these different variety of things you can get up to that weren't really a thing in the beginning of Assassin's Creed. It used to just be a stealth game. There were side missions you could do, but it was a stealth game about assassinating targets. It's not about that anymore. Same thing, it's not really about that. That aspect is still in the game, but it's a side thing. Odyssey tried to kind of make it a side thing / main thing by making the main people that you had to come after, the Templars, whatever, by making them a part of the story. But as far as I know in Valhalla, at least as far as I've gotten, it hasn't really become a prevalent thing that's like a must-do thing it's something that kind of happens along the way. But Valhalla, I played with the male character. I always play with the male character first, and then I play with the female character second. So that's just how I do it. I don't know why. That's just my mind. That's how my mind works. I'm like, oh, I want to play through it this way, and then I'll play through it a different way and do things differently the second time I play through. But so far, I think the names probably changed because I'm playing with Eivor. And Eivor is I guess it really depends on how they show it. Like Eivor, the game starts off and Eivor watches his entire clan and his father murdered. He runs away, he gets attacked by a wolf, he kills the wolf, and it kind of cuts, and he's an adult now. He's under the I guess, he's taken in by the Jarl, the Raven clan, and raised as the Jarl's son alongside his other son Sigurd. I think his name is Sigurd, but I could be saying it wrong. I'm sorry. It's really hard for me to pronounce some of those names. But and Eivor is a go-getter. Like, you at the top of it, you realize he's a go-getter. He's the type of guy who goes out and he comes after people. He's probably one of the best fighters. He's probably the best fighter in the clan, and yada yada yada. And the story starts off, and I don't want to spoil the whole story. I'm just gonna give you like kind of the cliff notes a little bit of the story, and then I'll get into the gameplay, and then my overall score of this game. But the story kind of starts off with when Sigurd, the story really kicks off when his brother returns. Like, his brother is not in it for a little bit of it in the beginning, and then when his brother shows up, he's with the assassins. You see their robes and everything, and they're hitting blades. He's with them, and you're like, oh, there's the assassins. Okay, that's how we got them into the story. And needless to say, eventually you kill the man who killed your clan, who killed your family and your mom and dad. You kill him. Turns out he's a part of the Templars, and your brother has a disagreement with your dad, and next thing you know, you and a bunch of your other Raven Clan members who disagreed with the father's decision to pretty much be underneath a bigger king, you guys pack all your stuff out and you sail for England to find new land and conquest. And that's really where the story kicks off. Like I said, I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of anything after that, but it's a really interesting, fun story, especially since it's different than Odyssey in this sense, too. Odyssey was about, Alexius, what was his name? It's been a while since I played Odyssey. What was his name? Was it, I thought it was Alexius, but maybe I'm losing my mind. But it was about the main protagonist's it was a one-man journey. It was all about him finding out what happened to him when he was a kid, finding out why the bad things happened to him and his sister, finding out, getting vengeance on his father for doing those things, finding his mother, finding out why that stuff happened to begin with. It was one man's journey to find answers. And along the way, there were other things that popped up, there were other story beats, there were other characters to be helped, and all these other things. Along the way, it expanded, but it was one man's journey. But for a long time, it was one. But all that just serves one character's journey, your main protagonist's journey, to find out what happened to him. Just one journey, just one thing, along the way. This is a bit different because while it is still one character's journey, you're still about your character. For a large part of the entire game, it's about the Raven clan and making allies and making friends and making the clan stronger. Everything you do in the game for a good chunk of it is about the clan. It's about helping the Raven clan, helping them become stronger, getting more allies. It's all about that. It's like everything you do, go towards that. And there is and like I said, it still is about a character, but it's less than, but like I said, Odyssey was more just this one character's journey and all these things, and it's like everything reacting around him. This one is more like you are one of the leaders of this clan, and you have to do everything you can to help them out. You can grow the little area, like you guys find this area. Eventually, you guys call it Raventhorpe. You can build it up, build housing over there, raise it up. The more allies you make, I'm pretty sure it's gonna do some shit where like the more allies you make, the more they come and help you out later in the game or something. But yeah, and they lean more. And the thing about this game is, they lean more into some of the aspects of Witcher, which I'll get into in a little bit. But like the gameplay, I think the combat system is actually better than Odyssey, because in Odyssey you had that spear, so you have one weapon in the spear. Like you always have the spear in the other hand. Like at least as far as I remember, you always had that little like broken spear in the other hand. So every combo was kind of going off of that spear. This, you have you can have the option of 2 different weapons, and that opens up a world of possibilities. In fact, possibilities. The only thing about the combat system and even the upgrade system I don't like is how weird the tree is. The upgrade tree, like it's so fucking strange. Like the way you upgrade things, the kind of things you have to like. It's like a weird, like, and the tree's all in fog until you unlock something and then you can get it. And there's no really like the way you'll see it. The way the tree works is weird, and not to mention, in Odyssey, all the abilities are already open. You just had to get enough, points to unlock them, and you can upgrade them over time. One of the aspects I'm not sure I like about this game either, I'm just gonna get this negative out of the way, is that when you have to find abilities. They're just around. You have to go out and find them. But not only that, you can't just upgrade the abilities once you find them. You have to go find the upgrade, but you don't know. But when the abilities kind of things pop up on the map, because it's just like a piece of paper, like it's like this weird F-shaped thing, and it's on a piece of paper. When they pop up on a map, you don't know if you're getting a new ability or you're getting an upgrade for an ability, and it's random, so you don't ever know. In fact, for the most part, when you look at the map, it looks like they don't really show you anything. It's just glowing. It's just glowing green, yellow, and well, gold. It's glowing gold, and you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is until you get there. You can go out there and it'd be just a tiny little chest with some raw materials, and to help, build swords and whatnot, or build something, or, upgrade your armor or upgrade a weapon. Or you can go out there and it's a fucking chest full of materials to go build stuff back in the build stuff back at home. So you don't know what you're gonna get. Or it might be a whole fucking, territory where full of like 15 guards. It might be a little camp. You don't know until you get out there. And it's a bit fun to that, but at the same time it is a bit annoying. But like I said, it's weird to upgrade stuff on that game. The level scaling is all out of control in this game, I will say. Like, I was like a level fucking 70, and I'm like, why are there areas on the map that are literally, I have to be a level 200 to even go in that area? Why is this even in the map then? Why am I even able to go in this area? That's ridiculous. So, but other than that, like I say, I love the combat system. I think it's a very fun system. There's a variety of different weapons. The weapons are very different. At a certain point, you can unlock the ability to hold 2. Like at one point, you can unlock the ability to hold heavy weapons, the shields, and each weapon do something different. Each weapon, the stance change, the combat itself changes, the way you swing it change. When you're holding when you have 2 axes in your hand, it's a totally different vibe from when you have 2 short swords in your hand. When you have a long sword in your hand, it's a totally different vibe. It feels totally different than when you have a hammer in your hand. And having a hammer in your hand feels totally different from when you have a big axe in your hand. Having 2 big weapons in your hand are totally different from having 1 big weapon and 1 small weapon. Like the variety of ways and difference that it feels when you're using it is so awesome. Not to mention there are cool little add-ons to the bow and arrow. There are different things you can do with that. Hell, there's an outright add-on that you can actually move the bow and arrow when you're shooting it. You can upgrade that as well. There's so much to do in the game. So much to do. The map that you start, the thing is, I believe, like, I'm putting it out there. I haven't beaten the game yet, but I've played enough of it that I feel comfortable giving a review. I feel like unless it just falls off of a cliff, which you can comment below, let me know. I haven't finished it yet. Don't spoil anything, but let me know. Did it fall off a cliff at a certain point? Because I haven't felt it yet. I've played enough of it to give you an honest review of it, and I believe Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a great game. It's a fun-ass game. Like, at first, I thought, I don't know about this game, but the more I got into it, the more I got into the combat. I love the ability, like, you just go on your longboat and just raid places, and you just come in and fuck that place up and burn it to the ground. Like, it's fun. It is really, really fun. I only have a few minor issues with it. Like I said, I don't like the leveling in this. I don't like the skill tree is weird, and the ability things is weird too, because you don't know because it's almost impossible to upgrade anything because you're just finding random abilities. It might be an upgrade, it might be a new ability, and like you just don't know. And the skill tree is just hectic. It doesn't really quite make a lick of sense. It's just like, okay, whoever came up with this was trying to be way too clever. It's way too much. They could have made this a lot simpler. At time, I don't like the leveling. I don't like the fact that they're like literally at the beginning of the game, there are areas where you have to be a level 200 to be at, and sometimes you have to go through these areas, which is a bitch. It's just like, come on, man. Why would you put that in the beginning of the game, man? And but like, there's just so many areas like that. And you're just like, bro, I'm a level 50. Why are these areas even here? Why are you even giving me the option to do this mission? Why is this even on the board? You know what I mean? Same thing problem I had with Avengers, where it was like, dude, let's shit said I need to be a level 200 to play this. Bro, I'm a level 50. Why would you even put this on the board for me? You know, same problem I have. But other than that, like I said, the story is compelling. Avar, depending on how you play him, I suppose is compelling. One little add-on too, you can actually have a girlfriend, and I kind of spoil this for myself. You can actually get married. I don't know when, but you can. Not only can you have a girlfriend, you can get married, and it's not like a couple girlfriends. It's a shit ton. It's more than I thought. I only seen 2 of them, but apparently there's a bunch of them you can get. There's like a couple girlfriends you can get if you made a girl character, or you make a male character who wants to be gay. There's a couple fucking male characters you can get it with. They really leaned it, because like in Odyssey, you couldn't have an actual girlfriend. You just hook up with a bunch of chicks. And every time they were smart about it. Every time you hook up with them, they'd make it like, oh yeah, let's just hook up and that's it. But in this, it ain't like that. You're in a relationship, man. And there are very many, like I said, there's a bunch of different girls you can get in a relationship with. There's a bunch of different characters you can get in a relationship with, and that's cool to me. That's really cool to me. You can get people to, you can buy, upgrade, you can buy more stronger, people to be on your ship, your long ship when you raid. So you can upgrade that as well and have stronger people and have, you know, people to be on the long ship with you. There's a lot, like, there's a lot of shit to do in this game. Like, and even when I thought there wasn't a lot, even when I was like, okay, maybe there's not too much more, all of a sudden I found this whole, like, freaking, stone stacking thing. That's like, you get a skill point for that. And that's the thing. The game makes you want to do everything, because you get a skill point for everything. You get a skill point for everything. You get a skill point for doing the random events. You get a skill point. I got a skill point for stacking fucking, stones. So the game kind of makes you want to do everything, because you're like, well, why wouldn't I just do it to get a free skill point? So, like I said, the game's great. I would give Assassin's Creed Valhalla an 8.5. Maybe a 9. At certain times, it's an outright 9, and I'm having a blast. You know, maybe I'd give it a 9, because it's been a long time since I've sat down and put this many hours into a game. I played it. It's been a long time since I've played a game so long that I feel tired, that I get upset at myself for being tired. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been that invested into a game that I get upset at myself for feeling tired and go, man, why am I so tired? I want to keep playing, you know? Maybe that feeling's going to change next week when I get Cyberpunk. But, you know, God, I might be dead. If I'm still playing this game and Cyberpunk comes out, like, I'm going to just boop, boop. I'm just be like, I'm done, man. Okay, thank you guys for joining the Copy Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe. Have you played Assassin's Creed Valhalla? What do you think about Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Did you enjoy it? Are you like me? Are you playing it night and day? Do you think it's better than Odyssey? Where do you rank this Assassin's Creed in the pantheon of Assassin's Creed? Or are you with people who are like, why do you even call it Assassin's Creed? Personally, I see people complaining about that. Me, I'm like, you don't waste a brand name. Thank you guys for joining the Copy Game Movie Show again. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.